Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play The Grinch for the Sony PlayStation 1, Sega Dreamcast, and PC. In the last video, we got all of the blueprint pieces for the Marine Mobile, which, yeah, you do need it to beat the game. I just found out that, yes, you do need it to beat the game. So, every single thing from my angry rant in the last video about the swinging controls and getting that one blueprint piece for the Marine Mobile and everything and all that stands completely. We also took care of more things at Who Lake. It wasn't much, but at least I was able to get those blueprint pieces collected. And now, it's time to head back to Who Lake. And as soon as we show up, we will find the Marine Mobile right here. Tiptoeing so I can make it easier on myself to get to it. Now, X accelerates, square accelerates faster, circle lets you jump on the surface, and R1 lets you dive on the surface. If you need to see the controls again, you can go to Gadgets, go over to the Marine Mobile, and you'll find them there. With that said, let's do things. Now, there are some presents we can get, there are some that we cannot. This is one of the things that we can get. Hello. Collect 10 pearls for me in 45 seconds, and I'll give you my twin-end tuba. This twin-end tuba that he's talking about is actually a sleigh piece, and we need to get it. So let's select try. And it's very machine-like how you get this. You need to be very careful how you steer yourself. So that way, you can get everything here. You have 45 seconds, which is actually just enough time. You just need to be very careful what you're doing. I made that look a lot easier than it was. It took me a few tries before I recorded this video just to get used to controls. You want to use the D-pad. You turn with left and right, and you can move up and down, or rather aim yourself up and down with down and up. And you want to use the normal speed, which is the X button, to maneuver yourself so you can aim towards the pearls, then run into them at turbo speed. That makes it a little faster, and that makes it a little easier. But again, that does take a little bit of practice. Anyway, we now have the twin-end tuba, which is... looks like I'll have to go under missions. Yeah, we now have the part from the Who Lake submarine world. We have that now. So now, let's go ahead and look at stuff. There are sea cows, some of which are trapped in the little kelp here. And I wonder, this gives me an idea, because this kelp that's trapping the... Ah! I knew it. I didn't think to do this during the practice run, and now I'm like, wait a minute, is this like the Turtles and Spyro, Ripto's Rage? And I'm doing this now, and the answer is, yep. So you want to line everything up. You want to line the sea cow up with the kelp, so the sea cow will eat the kelp, and then you can get the present. You can get the gift. And that is how you open up these kelp-surrounded gifts. If the kelp is surrounding the present, you won't be able to destroy the present. You have to get rid of the kelp around it first. I believe it's kelp. Also, if you couldn't already tell, you want to be careful when running into things with the sub. Because if you run into a wall at turbo speed, you will take damage. Now you still need to use turbo speed because this is how you destroy presents around here. Are you serious? There we go. Yeah, you have to be lined up pretty well with the sea cows to get everything that you need to get. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. Now there is something down here that I want to get. I mean, there's a sea cow, obviously, but there's also that little flashing item right there. Are you serious? And it feels like you have to run into the sea cow in a very specific way sometimes just to do this stuff. Sometimes. It's pretty annoying. Also, yes, there are things that are coursing with electricity that if you run into them, they will hurt you. There's no way to get around them. Well, there's no way to destroy them, at least. You just have to stay away from them. Part number 1. 4 more parts to proceed? What is this? Okay, it's not for that. I don't know why I'm checking gadgets. What is that supposed to be for? Very strange. So, something tells me I will eventually find out. Anyway, want to be very careful as we run into things because we don't want to keep running out of health as we do everything. And there is a blueprint piece. This is for the Grinch Copter. We need that. So, yeah, you had to be able to run into the shell of the sea cow in order to run into it, I'm starting to realize. And when you run into the shell at turbo speed, you have to line up with the thing you're trying to get. I mean, it makes sense. Though it can be hard to tell, and it can be a little hard to figure out at first. Where'd you go? Okay. But now I can't run into you anymore. Are you serious? Do I have to run into the wall? I had to run into the wall multiple times just to make this work. I am not liking this one bit. This was not thought through very well by the developers. Wow! There we go. Now hopefully everything will reset and I'll be able to do something here again. Maybe yes, maybe so, maybe no. He's still stuck. Great. Welp. Let's leave and come back. That way we can do things again. After getting some stuff that I see just out of the way here. I really thought that would take care of that. Apparently it didn't. Okay, where is... Okay, it's right here. We need to go back to the South Shore, which is where Who Lake begins. And then we need to get back in, and we need to find that sea cow again. And when you come back, you actually do get to see the controls a second time. Cool. I mean, I have them down, but, well, it's good to know that you can do this. And there we go. Yeah, some things revolving around this game were not done perfectly, it appears. Well, anyway, we need to find even more of the gifts that are covered in kelp. So that way, we can run into the sea cows again. If I can line myself up with them. It may take more than one nudge. Sometimes. But it can be done. It can very much be done. Okay. Now, even when we get through with what's going on around here, as far as Under the Sea goes, we're still not going to be fully done yet, because there's stuff under, or rather above the surface. And the game did give us controls for that for a reason, because, well, we're going to be jumping in and out of the water with this marine mobile. We can do that. And once you get used to how it works, it's actually kind of a lot of fun. In all honesty. Also, I am moving around in a circle here. So that way, I can easily see what I have yet to get underwater. Because there are some yellow presents worth 10 presents that I do want to destroy while I'm here. And I think I may have gotten them all. Looks that way. Do want to get a little bit higher, though, and be sure about that. But I'm pretty sure I got everything. So anyway, here we are at the surface. Now, if we press R1, we'll dive back underwater. But if we press circle, we can leap forward. And if we run into any of the gift boxes while we're doing that, we will destroy the gift box. Like so. And that's what happens when you press R1. You do dive down there. Anyway, wanted to show that off. And there should be another blueprint piece around here. We just need to look for it rather carefully. It will be near, as a matter of fact, there it is. I'm about to say, it will be near the surface. So you want to make sure you go and get it. Because that gives you the last blueprint piece for the Grinch Copter, which is the last thing that we get to build. Which doesn't even surprise me, given what it is and what it does. Anyway, let's go ahead and, by moving forward after we dive, we can take a little bit of a shortcut towards diving back into the water. Now, if we look around, yeah, I'm not seeing any more gift boxes. I think we're pretty much done here. So we now have everything that we can get our hands on. What are our totals for Who Lake? Not bad. Also oh, it's the fish and the bubbles that are moving around. About to say, what in the world is around here is moving? Yeah, we should be done with the lake, and that's not the way out. That is far and away not the way out. I need to find a way out. That's not it. We'll know it when we see it. There it is. Let's advance towards that. And we should be good. All right. Well, we've gotten all the blueprints for the Grinch Copter. Let's go ahead and set it up. Now, first things first, we got this. And I figured out what I need to do. So, anything involving the front view, or rather the back view, of the Grinch Copter is going to be to the left. Anything that, like this part right here, above where my cursor is at right now, that's the back view. That goes to the left. Now this right here, where you see the little gadget machine from the side, that's the side view, and that goes to the right. You want to keep that in mind. All right. And I want to be very careful what I'm doing here. And also pay attention to what the edges look like, among other things, because that will give me some hints as to what I need to do. I've completed half of this already. You go here. I believe that goes there. That goes there. That goes right here. I'm missing something. Okay, you go here. Okay. And that's what I'm missing. I had that in the wrong rotation.
The Grinch Copter lets the mean one fly like a bird, but it needs so many eggs, it's almost absurd. The Grinch should be clever, keep his use of it sparse, else his quest to halt Christmas will become an egg farce. Altitude and weather affect the copter's ride. Who knew there was science in ending Yuletide?
And we now have the Grinch Copter. The final gadget in the game. We can fly around anywhere we want. It obviously requires rotten eggs to power it up. And we can finally get rid of all of those gift boxes in the air that were too stubborn to get rid of. So now that that's over with, I'm going to save manually, so that way I don't have to do any of this ever again. About time. So we now have the Grinch Copter. We can now get some sleigh parts as well as some gift boxes to destroy. And we're going to have a whole lot of fun with the Grinch Copter. I will tell you that right now. Starting in downtown Whoville, where the last bit of presents that I need to destroy are up in the air. And I have to go get those. So, join me next time where we start going back to places we've already been to before for presents to smash and sleigh parts to steal back. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!